my name is Sonia Gupta, and I have been lied to for my entire life by Bollywood. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with what Bollywood is, it's the Indian version of Hollywood, except that it creates some extremely unrealistic expectations about life. For instance, line number 1 that Bollywood told me. I expected India to be just like America, with, say, a few added perks. For example, the Indian Superman can do everything the American Superman can do, except for one key monumental addition. The Indian Superman can dance. So you can imagine my shock and surprise when I went to India for the first time in 5th grade, and it was not at all what I expected to see. And when I came back to my small rural hometown in Ohio, I felt like I was living in a scene from Desperate Housewives. And sure, maybe we didn't mow our lawns in ball gowns, and we didn't have secret, scandalous affairs with our gardeners, that I know of anyway. I felt like I was living in a bubble. But speaking of affairs, that was another lie Bollywood told me. Bollywood said I would only have one of 3 possible outcomes for my love life. Outcome scenario 1. I would fall in love with a guy and he'd fall in love with me back, but our parents would disapprove. Or outcome scenario 2. A nerdy guy would like me, and maybe at first I wouldn't notice him, but I'd grow to like his endearing, shy, quirky qualities. Or outcome number 3. I would be the band geek who going after the quarterback football player, and my life would end up like a Taylor Swift song. But regardless of the outcome, I fully expected to end up with a man like this. What I was not prepared for was a 4th outcome. That I would fall for a Harvard-trained, nonprofit founder, anthropologist, physician, and humanitarian, Dr. Paul Farmer. And for those of you that have read Tracy Kidder's Mountain Beyond Mountains, you guys know what I'm talking about. So during my freshman summer in college, I went back to India to do some research and maybe to impress Paul a little. And I realized that I was yet again lied to. Bollywood told me in all the movies that if I went to the rural villages, I would magically transform into looking like this. This is what I ended up looking like. Not exactly the same. Let me just point out a few key differences. She's engaging with said Indian heartthrob. I am engaging with a gal. She is intensely staring into his eyes. I am intensely staring into others. She has 2 backup dancers admiring her every move. And I have 2 villagers laughing at my attempts to milk said cow. Nevertheless, I went on, I did my surveys, and I realized another lie, surprise, that Bollywood told me. So Bollywood said you get this close to kissing and then you break out into song and dance. As India's burgeoning population may indicate, there's a little bit more than song and dance going on. So as I did my surveys and I learned about, the lack of awareness about things like HIV and AIDS and sexually transmitted infections, I came back to college and I started a nonprofit organization called United Against Infectious Diseases. And from a small idea in 2009, we've grown a lot. We have over 2,000 student members, we have 16 chapters, we have an annual symposium, we publish journals, and we also do a lot of international work. Which brings me yet to another lie. Bollywood told me that no matter how heavy your dress is, no matter how fast that train is moving, the logistics always work out, right? Wrong. So it turns out doing international work can get messy at times. Nevertheless, despite the challenges, you can still make a meaningful impact. So UAID was actually the first organization that brought in rapid HIV tests that use the oral swabs into the country, which was a really big deal. And it was I had so many memories that I brought back with me. For example, there was this note that a woman had written, which translates to "May God bless you now and forever." And there was this 86-year-old man who had circled his village going door to door 3 times and making sure everyone came out to see our presentation. And this reminds me that it's not that we just magically swoop in and fix everyone's problems, in order to ensure a sustainable solution, we have to make sure we collaborate very closely with every individual community. But my point here is not to promote my nonprofit. There's no website you can go to find out more. There's no Facebook page you can like. There's absolutely no Twitter that you can follow. And there's no email address you can use to contact us. It's really to leave you with this point. Even though my life experiences didn't help me win $1 million and didn't help me end up with Paul Farmer, somehow, in a funny and wandering kind of way, the lies Bollywood told me led me to the truest, most meaningful thing in my life. Who knows? Maybe one day they'll make a Bollywood movie out of it. Thank you.